All right, fellas, and one last one, and we're gonna wrap up the show. Wrestling. Favorite Batista moment. I'll go first. When he won, when he power bombed Triple H through that table. Because remember, when he won the Royal Rumble, he had the opportunity to either go to Raw or SmackDown, and he did the thumbs down, and then he power bombed Triple H. That was my favorite Batista moment. And him and the late great Eddie Guerrero, God rest his soul. So I mean, there were a lot of good moments from Batista. So I would say that one. BRF.
Yeah, hey, that's a good one because for me, that's easily one of the greatest face turns in the history. I mean, he was already kind of basically a face, but that moment pretty much solidified it for me. That's easily one of the greatest official face turns in the history of the business, and made him a bona fide megastar for years to come. Um, I feel like Batista's so underappreciated. I have so many really, really good moments that I like from him. He's so underappreciated. Um, but two stand out for me, and in my opinion, it's his two greatest rivalries. It's the trilogy he had with Triple H. If you go WrestleMania 21 and then the Backlash rematch, and then one of my favorite Hell in a Cell matches of all time, Unforgiven '05. One of my favorite Hell in a Cell matches of all time because anybody who had the guts to want to pull out a barbed wire steel chair, kudos to you because I'm not doing it. And kudos to Triple H for taking a headshot with one of those. Just, bro, you are in a league to yourself. Shout out to you. Um, but then looking at it more and more and more, the rivalry of the year of 2007 was him and the Undertaker. Just they never they never had a bad match that year. Whether it was WrestleMania 23, whether it was the last man standing in Backlash, the steel cage match on the SmackDown, where you basically you had that draw at Backlash, you had that draw on SmackDown, and then again another one of the great Hell in a Cell matches of all time, Survivor Series 2007. I mean, just I mean they as a guy who grew up and was used to like seeing the big men wrestling and all that other stuff, and then you kind of see it kind of lost its lore a little bit. Seeing Batista and Undertaker have that rivalry they had in 2007 was really good to see, and I enjoyed every step of it, and just I enjoyed it. And not to mention the fact that Batista has one of the greatest entrances in the history of professional wrestling. One of the greatest entrance songs in the history of professional wrestling. One of the greatest pyrotechnic entrances in the history of professional wrestling. The man is underappreciated, and seeing him doing his thing as a Hollywood actor, just going out, just living his life and having fun, and it's just I'm happy for him, and I wish him nothing but success. But yeah, his two rivalries with Triple H and the Undertaker are my favorite, are like my favorite Batista moments. Just being able to carry the moment with two guys with the names and the cachet of a Triple H and Undertaker really shows how good he was and how underappreciated he is. So those stand out to me with Batista.
Champ.
I'm gonna go a different direction because I'm gonna just be real. Y'all took all the good Batista moments. Y'all took them all, but I digress. Favorite Batista moment for me is outside of Russell, man, when he played Drax the Destroyer in the MCU, man.
Guardians of the
That
Galaxy.
Yeah, especially on the especially during the Infinity Wars, the Infinity Saga, where he was eating where he said, I've been standing here for the last 10 minutes. You just have to move slow. I'm invisible. So that was one. He'll play Guardians of the Galaxy, he'll play Drax the Destroyer, having that comedic, having that raw power, but yet that comedic, that comic relief. That's special. I mean, that's very, very special, man. And not only that, man, he showed, if you ask me, he's a better actor than The Rock. I think he's a better actor than The Rock.
Just like that ain't to say because I agree with you 100%.
And because if you really look at it, his range is just that good. Look at his range. He can play more than just this big monster. He can play. Remember, I forget the one about the cabin where they represented the four planes.
Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods. Remember, he played in that one. And that was not an action movie. So his acting is impeccable. If you ask me, he's one of the best actors to ever, one of the best wrestlers to ever come out and be an actor. I think he's better than The Rock. Like I said, his range as far as being an actor is a hell of a lot better than The Rock's, if you really want to ask me. And hey, big ups to Batista, man. And I know people been criticizing because he lost all that weight. I mean, he's not a wrestler anymore. You don't need that weight on him no more. So he's not getting in the ring taking a pounding. And as a former athlete, when you're hitting that ground, you need something to protect you from that pounding. Remember, Michael Jordan even gained weight to protect him from the bad boy Pistons, so he can handle the pounding. His body doesn't have to take that pounding anymore. So get off of Batista for losing all that weight, man. So, if the man wants to lose weight, let him lose weight. Plus, he's getting older. You get older, you get smaller in a lot of cases. But I digress. But in a lot.
Jesus.
Hey, Batista as an actor, better than The Rock, arguably the best wrestler to ever act. And I must say his role as Drax the Destroyer was one of my favorite moments. Like I said, I had to go in a different direction because you guys took all the wrestle moments, but that was good. Hey, plus, he was good on the mic as well. Remember that rivalry between him, Ric Flair, and the Dudley Boys. Remember what he said at Royal Rumble 2003. Y'all are the worst 3-time losers since the Philadelphia Eagles. So that was a good one. But Drax the Destroyer, PSP,
and the piggyback, one real quick to piggyback off of what Champ said, we was talking about like people need to get off of Batista for losing the weight. People and he's come out and talk about it, but y'all people gotta realize Batista at his peak wrestled at like 315, 320. I mean, it's not like the dude's small. The dude's he talks about all the time. He's still like 235. I mean, he just looks skinny because we're just used to seeing him be so big. But he's still 235. Like compared to most people, he's still humongous. So I mean, I'm with Champ, man. He's doing what he's living his life. He's in his mid-50s now. So he's doing what he's doing.
To prove. He has nothing else to prove.
He's got nothing else to prove to nobody. Let that man live his life. He is reaping the benefits of doing what he wants to do. And as a fan of his, I couldn't be happier for him.
Period.